Seconds might be familiar with this. Texas being based, they'll build their own border barriers since the Biden admin will not do its job.
Oh.
So, based Texas man?
How does it feel, Plague?
I mean, that's just fucking great to me, and I think that's like the one good thing to come out of the Biden administration is that like Republican states are actually realizing that they can actually do shit on a state level. I think the threat of like a Democrat federal government has kind of scared them into being like, oh shit, like we actually have to do shit on the state level. So you got the Texas government being like, we're gonna do our own border, since that's where much the Mexican border is, right? And obviously there's the other things like the biological males not being able to compete in women's sports, the right-wing states' resistance to the left's like let's loosen voting as much as possible. But yeah, like the biggest white pill of the Biden administration is that like red state response of like taking like state control over shit as opposed to like relying on the federal government.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like a really good start. I think what they should do is continue to build that border all the way around Texas.
That'd be great.
And make California pay for it?
Yes.
There's plenty of oil.
Yeah, let's make California pay for it. For every fucking person that comes to Texas as a refugee from California, they have to give us $1,000 for a border wall.
Sounds like it. That's fair. I mean, they escape insane taxes anyway, so they got money to spare.
Yeah,
like Texas has no state income tax, and the amazing thing is that even with like changing demographics and people who are like, Texas is gonna like go blue in the next however many whatever, but there was like a referendum in the 2018 midterms where people like by a large majority voted to make it much harder for the state of Texas to like implement a state income tax. Now to do that, the state government needs like 3/4 of the state legislature to say it's okay before like a state income tax comes into place. They need like a super majority to actually like tax us on a state level now.
Oh, that
nice.
is beautiful.
What would be a really good idea, though, is to have a one-time wealth tax on immigrants from California
or New York.
So if you want to resettle in Texas from some awful Dem hellhole, it's 25% of your entire value.
Well, that's the thing they need to recognize. If they come here, you're here as a refugee, not as a missionary.
Mm-hmm. You have to really want to come. 25% of your total value, I think.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, speaking of Breitbart,
No, but
Texas,
I don't want to punish Elon Musk, though, because Elon Musk is based.
Musk can just boycott New York at this point.
Oh, please fucking do
it, yeah. Get it done.
He'd probably run it better.
Do it.
It'd be hard to run it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
At this point, he could probably buy Scotland. Actually, it should be pretty hilarious.
Okay, let me put this into perspective. I could run New York better.
Yeah, but a blind drunk monkey could run New York better.
Yeah. Exactly.
We don't need any. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of bakeries.
With lots of bakeries, if Trim was in charge. Yeah, so being the base bastard he was...
Free Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, okay? Yeah. Just saying.
So, Abbott said...
basically Texas. Like, we have, like, a lot of, like, Mexican food and shit here. I would say that is, like, one benefit or whatever that America actually has is, like, kind of that, like... Yeah, like, pretty much any kind of fucking food that you'd want in an American city, you can just, like... find somewhere that sells it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Abbott said his state will immediately begin building border barriers in areas where migrants can easily cross the Rio Grande border with Mexico. Good. The barriers will in part enable state law enforcement to arrest migrants for violations of state law. Awesome.
We're just waiting for a food.
Bad things are happening around here, so they need help from the state to help them address this exploding crisis. Nice. Very good.
Is that oil guy getting murdered?
He is delivering food at his volunteer thing, so he was probably talking to the lucky recipient.
Oh, he's speaking the natural language of Scotland, which is, oh, I'm gonna fucking smash your face here.
Yeah.
Hey, you wee numpty, I'll bash your head in with a frying pan. You wee numpty, dumpty, flumpty. You're a wee cum stain.
And then I'll drink whiskey on your body.
Yeah. So, Abbott went on to say, what people have seen in videos across the country seems to be the Biden administration welcoming these people to the United States. We won't be sending that message. If you come to Texas, you're subject to being arrested. You're not going to have a pathway to roam the country. You're going to have a pathway directly into a jail cell. Fucking based.
Yes, and more yes.
Yeah. They're going to be very aggressive in working with local officials and begin making mass arrests. Fucking awesome. In the end, only the federal government and Congress can fix this, but as it stands right now, the state of Texas is going to step up and we're going to start making arrests. Saying a message to anybody thinking about coming here. You're not going to get a free pass to the US. Nice. Oh, I didn't see that. Apparently, Ted Cruz highlighted the dire circumstances brought about by Biden administration policy or lack thereof. These are the Biden cages, the senator captioned a video of cramped migrant camp.
What?
Thousands of kids in the midst of a pandemic crammed in at 15,000% capacity. This is just one of the pods at Donna he added. There are 7 more equally full. I do enjoy Ted Cruz.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. Like, the border wall is a waste of money. We really need to be giving that money to AOC's abuela.
No.
We give nothing to AOC's family.
It's not even my money, and I am fervently against that.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with the Lotus on that it was like a bad optic move to the normie and that it was.
Yeah, well, wouldn't call it a super bad one, but it was definitely suboptimal. Like,
Yeah,
you couldn't just
good,
mock
it had
AOC.
good value. It had
I'm not
good
gonna lie
value.
though. I'm not gonna
Unfortunately,
lie though. Like, it was funny as fuck to witness.
Yeah.
Especially when they kept like using the term. False sincerity of it was just funny to me.
But the good thing was that the gamble kind of paid off because, again, if AOC had possessed a single shred of cunning, she would have taken that money and used it for like a Democrat thing. But she didn't.
Well, that's
Meaning
it.
that
The stupidest thing she did was refusing to take it. Because
exactly.
It
Just shows how spineless she is.
Well, and she could have twisted that very easily. She could have been like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna take this money," and instead of like coming across entirely misappropriating it, she could have gone on this like fucking rant about like, yeah, like some portion of this is going to my grandmother, but then we also need to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else, which is why we're donating it to the Black Lives Matter Foundation to fight the racism that is at the root cause of this issue. Like, she could have spun that really easily with politics speak.
Thank Lord she's a coward.
Yeah.
Oh, she's fucking stupid, bro. So fucking stupid.
That too.
Well,
but,
yeah.
You don't even have to think about it, dude.
Yep.
H3. Oh, God. Again, disappointed. So disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm as disappointed in him as I'm as disappointed in Tim Schafer when he fucking went full-on Gamergate fucktard.
Yeah,
Sorry, old pet people.
yeah.
Man.
Fair enough.